All righty, welcome back to the show, Florida Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna. Anna, thanks for this. So you're one of the rabble-rousers. Good for you. Conservatives have to stand up. Nothing gets through until you get this voter, ID and citizenship through. President Trump happens to agree with you. By the way, he won't sign the housing bill, which I think was a lousy bill anyway. Basically, was too much government spending, and it wouldn't have solved anything. But you're going to put your foot down, you fellow conservatives in the House. Nothing passes until we get this voter reform passed.
Most certainly. Look, Larry, I actually had the original version of this bill that actually was strictly prohibiting corporations over a certain amount from being able to buy up those single-family homes. So I'm the first person that's been championing this before it was cool. But what the Senate was trying to do, and this is a backroom conversations, is they were trying to move their pieces of legislation by having House leadership suspend the rules, meaning change the rules because they knew that the Senate bill couldn't pass as is because there are those of us in the House, I think over 20-something members, that have said we're not voting on anything the Senate sends over unless they pass voter ID. And so now the big thing that the Senate's trying to do is they're trying to say, oh, well, look, we'll pass this in reconciliation. And the fact is that it can't be done. There's never a world that exists where it could be passed that way. And they're trying to unlock the floor right now because they realize the pressure cooker that they're in going into the midterms. But I got time, I got energy, and I have days. So I'm not going to be interested in opening the floor anytime soon unless they can no nonsense present me with a plan that says here's how we are going to actually get this passed and finished. And I applaud the president for what he's doing. The fact is that more Democrats are supporting this alleged housing bill, which, by the way, there was a massive amount of spending. So we're not playing games. We're tired. We're frustrated, just like you and the American people are.
By the way, look, let's not kid ourselves. It's a Liz Warren bill, Senator Warren type bill. More spend. They didn't make any tax cuts in the bill. They didn't index inflation. Empty nesters who have owned a house for 40 years cannot afford a $500,000 capital gains tax payment. None of that was corrected in this bill. And there's more spending, and I didn't like any of it. But listen, I can design for you Save America voter reform. I can get it into reconciliation. That's not the issue. My problem with that is, Anna, they're not doing it in the Senate. In fact, I don't know that they're doing it in the House. I think Mike Johnson is more sympathetic to a pro-growth budget bill, but they're not doing anything in the Senate. That's my concern.
Well, the problem is, though, Larry, is I've talked to multiple senators that are saying that it cannot be done through reconciliation.
No,
you cannot put Save America.
It can be done.
Well, so here's the pushback that we're getting, though. That would require the Senate to change the rules. The very same Senate that's been actively saying that they won't embrace the talking filibuster, that they won't remove the parliamentarian, and now we're all of a sudden expected to, trust them in doing the right thing. And exactly to your point, though, they have gone on record, saying that they won't support it. Behind closed doors, they've attacked Senator Mike Lee. And the fact is it's not my job or angle here to try to trust the Senate anymore because they've, again, repeatedly, time and time again, not just let down the House, but let down the American people. And I think that the president is on our side on this issue. So if they can present me and they can present the other members of Congress with a promised plan that is bulletproof, we're game. But if they're not going to do that, we're not going to play this game anymore.
The other point, maybe the most important point, is virtually the entire country wants this voter ID photo citizenship bill. 80%. You can't find, nobody likes 80% of anything. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, look, Democrats, I think, were in the 70s on this. So that's why I wanted you to come on the show and make the case again, because you're right. I mean, if you know everyone's for it, why aren't we doing it?
This is, again,
let's not make this any harder than it needs to be.
It is. This is in the same line as banning insider trading. You have people up here that are not, for whatever reason, wanting to listen to the American people. And look, this is arguably one of the most important things in the country right now. You have Democrat Socialists of America, the ones that largely won in New York last night, saying they want to give mass amnesty and citizenship to illegal immigrants. Okay, they are literally putting out anti-white rhetoric. They are literally saying that they want to tax the wealthy and redistribute wealth in general. And so, look, this is the #1 issue. The American people are with us. I represent Pinellas County in Florida, and guess what? Overwhelmingly support this. And so I'm going to continue to fight for them. Keep fighting, Anna Paulina Luna. Keep fighting. Come on, we love you. Stand tough. If you do, everybody else will too. You're terrific. Thanks for coming back on. Talk soon. All right, folks, coming up.